Please wake up. Please wake up.
Style like this. See? Content like this, I just freestyle like this. You see what I'm saying? This is the perfect type of content. Welcome, everybody. So making sure you're out and about. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you have not downloaded Fanbase, please make sure you download Fanbase. The minimum to cash out is $5. We out in these Fanbase streets. Fanbase ambassador. We believe in freedom of speech, freedom of choice, and we value you over here on Fanbase. So again, make sure y'all download Fanbase. Hit that like, that button, click that link in my bio, and download Fanbase. And also you can invest. That's right. Invest. Minimum is $3.99. So what you waiting for? Freedom, freedom, I can't lose. Freedom, cut me loose. Freedom. Over here on Fanbase, let's go, let's get it. What's good, what's good, what's good, what's good? Happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome to What Do You Love About Fanbase. We are showing positive vibes, positive energy, social media app more than ever. This show is designed to inform, give information, show us news, stay positive stories, and much more. Because this is not only a social media app, this is a movement and this is a community. That will be our intro. That will be our intro. That will be our intro for these shows, because we need to wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up. Hello, if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are streaming live on Fanbase. Live on Fanbase as we speak. Live on Fanbase as we speak. And this is what I'm talking about. How people will click the link and they will like, but they won't follow through. And that is why we're in this situation. We can cancel all the Disney products and cancel and protest all we want to. But where is that money going? We need to wake up. I've been doing this for over 11 years. Fanbase ambassador, Fanbase investor. And my story is such, coming from where in real life, you see, and that's why I love that's what I love about Fanbase, because it helps real life. We think these buttons, we think these likes and these shares is not transitioning. People are complaining that they need help, but the minimum to cash out is Here we go. Here we go. NIGGA. Yes. Welcome to my broadcast. Thanks for calling me a nigger. Thank you. Thank you for calling me a nigger. Thank you. I'm not even going to erase the comment. But back to what I was saying. Thanks for calling me a nigger. Okay, thanks for calling me a nigger. You see what I'm saying? Thanks for calling me a nigger. But back to what I was saying. We are making protests, and I'm not erasing that. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. And this is more than reason why I'm safe over on Fanbase. I'm safe on Fanbase. This is why I love Fanbase, because this type of shit we don't deal with. You know what I'm saying? You're safe on Fanbase. Yes, you're safe on Fanbase. I just been called a nigger. Yeah. And they spelled it out too. They spelled it out. So that goes to show you why I love Fanbase. I'm an investor. I'm an investor. You not gonna silence me. You not gonna shut me up. Have a nice day. That made you feel good. Anyways, that's why I love Fanbase. Because in real life, I'm taking care of by my community. And on Fanbase, you do not have to deal with shit like this. Blocked, deleted, moved on, protected. We are putting down the groundwork. This is why invest in Fanbase. This is why we talking about we protesting against shit like that. Let's just not protest. There's a place where we can go. Import your TikTok, import your Instagram. They are getting their karma. I'm not fazed by that, because that's what they do. Yeah. That's what they do. That's what they do. I'm used to it. Happy Saturday. Let's go ahead and get into this message. Download Fanbase. We on your neck. I'm a good little nigger. Yeah. Let's go. Let's get it. That's why I love Fanbase. Because you can't silence me. You can't silence me. You can't control me. You can't silence me and you can't control me. Yeah. I'm not erasing it. Because I want everybody to see your handiwork. Everybody see your handiwork. See your handiwork. I'm not scared anymore. I'm not scared anymore. Not scared anymore. Queen was. I'm not scared anymore. Queen was. Let's go ahead and get to this energy. That's why I love Fanbase, because I'm safe from, you know what I'm saying? From shit like that. Yeah. Taylor was. Yeah. Six of Swords. Yeah. Queen of Wands. I am the lights. Walking away from bullshit. Letting go of drama. In Jesus' name, protected. Yes. Yes. That's why I love Fanbase. So for those who coming in, this is why we boycotting. This is why we're boycotting. Anyway, Queen of Wands, clarify Queen of Wands. Yup, they in their head, they in their head, they in their head. Karma, karma, karma. Yeah. Cause you been saying who you what you said who you say you are. Yup. You ain't paying attention to that bullshit. Yeah, they in their head because you been saying who you been saying you are. Yup. People see you around the world as an official person because you didn't walk the, you know what I'm saying? You didn't walk away and stood up and let people go and let people have it. Yeah. Yeah, you left people in their childish ways. In their childish ways. Childish ways. Let's see. So, for those coming in, this is why we have fan base. Because you're protected. This is proven in real time how you're going to be protected. You know what I'm saying? Against this. And we uniting against this. Yeah, thoughts. Yeah, they in their head, right. Because you're not paying attention to their thrills, their nasty behavior, their nasty energy. Yup, you've been the truth the whole time, the official person, right? Yeah, you the official person and you walking away, you know what I'm saying, from being secret links and sneaky links and being bullied, yeah, because you the official person. You walking away from childish and letting go of childish behaviors. Oh my God. When you in the spotlight, you know what I'm saying? When you in the spotlight, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened, yeah. Yeah, stay positive. Stay in your childlike behavior. Stay, you know what I'm saying? You let go of people that's being childish. That people played you over a child. You know what I'm saying? You been who you been said you is the whole time. You been minding your business, and that's what got people in their head. Because you not feeding into their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You not feeding into their, you know what I'm saying? You not feeding into their bullshit. Not feeding to their bullshit. Yup. Too late. They in their head. It's too late. Yeah, there ain't nobody paying attention to y'all. You getting your karma. You getting your karma. That's why you mad. Yeah. People see you as a official person, and you moving on and letting go, and they moving on and letting go. The people that they dealing with children with, yeah. Oh. It started early today. That's how you know. That's how you know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? People got feelings for you. You know what I'm saying? People got feelings for you, but you like, you know what I'm saying? If you love me, say it. If you trust me, do it. If you want me, actions speak louder than words. Yes. Yes. Why? They got feelings for a divine feminine. And letting things go for a divine feminine. You know what I'm saying? Stand on business for a divine feminine. Yup. Divine masculine. This divine feminine is protected. Who gonna check me, boo? Nobody. Nobody. Yeah. Yeah. Divine feminine, divine masculine. On top. Yup. They realizing it was a mistake to come up with, it was a mistake to come up against this divine feminine. She been who she said she was the whole time. It's been a mistake. They want that energy. Don't give them that energy. That's why I tell y'all to come to fan base, because y'all safe over there. It's more than just, you know what I'm saying, community. It's protection. See, they tried to silence me. They broke in my car, broke my windows. They've been doing to me since I was a baby. I was not supposed to be up here speaking. I was supposed to be trembling when I was called a nigger just a few minutes ago. I was supposed to be trembling and wake up. What is we supposed to be doing with the energy? Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up. Apologies. Yeah. Now people want to come and apologize to the divine feminine. Yeah, because they knew who you were. They know who you are. And they are getting their karma. Don't feed into that bullshit. Why? High priestess. You already knew what it was. Period. Period. Eight of Cups. People are realizing how much emotion, how much feeling, how much caring they got for you, divine feminine. Yeah. And God sent you in a divine masculine on the physical to protect you. In the ethers. On the ethers. Period. Told you. King of Swords. King of Swords. He got that sword up. So why you calling me a nigger? Yeah. That's why God gave me a piece of the platform. A protector. Someone to love me. Someone to love. You know what I'm saying? These divine feminines is high priestesses in their high priestess energy. And these divine masculines got their sword up like, quit fucking with my bae. That's my bae. That's my bae. That's my bae. That's my bae. Yeah. Yeah, that's my bae. Yeah. Whole ass magician, death and rebirth. Told you. Told you it's been a death and rebirth. It's been new beginnings. It's been new beginnings. Yep. Yeah, a mature man is taking care of the physical. Of this divine feminine. Justice is in her favor. Just period. Karma is here. They wanted to kill this divine feminine. Baby, they want to kill her. Literally. Now they discussing how, this divine feminine is about to get a new house. In Jesus' name, in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name. She getting everything. Everything. Because the whole time she remained who she said she was. 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 You see what I'm saying? Who she said she was the whole time. Who she said she was the whole time. Period. 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 She been who she said she is. You not gonna stop her. That's why the earth is being trembled. The earth is being set right. You are not going to shut my mouth from calling justice. You are not finna shut my mouth for calling justice. You're not. You're not. See, it comes from all you people stepping, mistreating, spitting on these people, not taking care of people, not treating people right. You catching God's hands and you catching God's wrath. And these divine feminines and these divine masculines are creating a way. So I don't care what it looks like on the outside world. Fan base is here. That's what I love about fan base. Because we taking back our community. Period. Taking back our community. And I said what I said. I said what I said. I'm speaking to the people that rock with me. I'm not about to keep giving y'all the fucking energy. For real. Salty. 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 Yes, 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 yes. Salty. They want the attention so bad. Salty. They cannot take down no matter how many niggers they call you. Yeah. Vacate. Period. Yeah, they exhausted. They exhausted with the torment. They exhausted with the torment. I knew it was gonna happen today. Cause they was quiet yesterday, so I knew the hate was I knew the hate trade was gonna come out today. Y'all, the hate trade was gonna come out today. Yep. Looking at the memories of how they shouldn't have played on your top. Yeah. Popping a question for a divine feminine. And they mad. Yep, they mad. Because they wanted they way of the highway. No. That's not how that go. That's not how that go. That's not how that go. My way of the highway. Firestorm. Yeah. Yeah, it's causing a firestorm. It's causing a firestorm. A firestorm. A firestorm. Yes. Let's get some true intentions and we gonna get on with the rest of the show today. Because this is why I love Fanbase. This is why I do this live stream. Because my voice will be not silenced. My voice will be not shut out. My voice will not be cut off. This is why I do what I do. This is why I do what I do. You can block them and they still gonna come back. And the reason stand behind that, God called them the chosen ones. She got soldiers. Yeah. Plans. Got soldiers. Now, a big favor. Now you can't do that. Because she got, see, y'all had her to where she wouldn't say nothing. And by her speaking up, she got soldiers on the physical now. Let's go, let's go. That's why I love Fanbase. What do you love about Fanbase? Yeah, they can't stop. Safe space. Safe space. That's why I love Fanbase. Because we need to do more than just boycott and take that money. They just prove, this is why I love when they do this, because they prove my point of why I feel safe with Fanbase. Why I invested in Fanbase. It's not about the numbers on the screen. It's about the impact. It's about making sure that you know that you're able to eat. Because these people ain't gonna do nothing but get more and more bold and try to take down people such as myself from speaking the truth. They don't want you free. They don't want you free at all. They don't want you free at all. They don't want you free at all. And y'all such the message and the messenger. Y'all so much blinded. King of Wands. Yeah. Protecting her. Yup. Is in love with her. That's what I'm saying. Black owned social media app you can invest. Made them to cash out. We done took all our money from Target, Hulu, and all that other type of stuff. What is it to do next? Stand up. That's what it is to do next. Stand up. Stand up. They just proved my point. This is why. Freedom of speech. You can say what you want to say. Protected from trolls, bullies, racists. Yeah. Concern. Yeah. This King of Wands is concerned. People are concerned that this divine feminine and this divine masculine is together. You know what I'm saying? And they are the gift to the world. They are showing you what real divine feminine and real divine masculine love is. That big favor is the gift of love, the gift of validation, the gift of appreciation, the gift of let me lift my queen up in front of everybody. In front of everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Safe space. They see you what as a safe space. Yeah. Expectations. See, they see this divine feminine and this divine masculine was put together on this world to change the world, to show from both ends true freedom. He's coming in to help to take care of her after, put his arms around her and protect her after people spit on her, killed her spirit, broke her down. He pouring in her mentally and emotionally and intimacy. Sex is not the only way that love lives. See, all this go together. Once divine couples get on their divine mission and their divine path, it's coming from September to March 2026. It's cooking. Y'all think that they silencing your voice on TikTok and on YouTube. Ain't no way somebody should have came in here and called me a motherfucking nigger. So I can't be lying about being divine. I can't be lying about being divine. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. They click, they scroll. They got you so stuck that when somebody gives you the message and the messenger, somebody is giving you divine messages, you know what I'm saying? But you study looking at where it's coming from. These motherfuckers is calling y'all niggers, all types of shit. Canceling your voice, and all y'all do is cry. But when somebody sends y'all the blessing, y'all don't pay attention. That's why I love Fanbase. That's what I love about Fanbase. Because it's realistic. They got y'all so stuck in these numbers that they're not understanding. $5 is a blessing. It's more than what you had yesterday. Yeah. Who gon' chat me boo? Who? Y'all are getting y'all karma. Y'all getting y'all karma. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. We are not moving cocky. We're moving purposeful. And I know this is what I'm saying while we're in danger. This is what I'm saying. We're in danger. You in danger, girl. You in danger, girl. You in danger, girl. Because you're not taking action. Yeah, they taking action. It's going to bring you this gift. Because you are the gift. That's the big favor. You are the gift. You are the gift. If you wasn't the gift, why wouldn't they be so? Why they keep trying to take you out? Why? Acceptance. Once you accepted who you are, they will come in and give you a gift and provide for you, but you had to accept. They had to accept who you are. That's why I love Fanbase. Positive vibes, positive energy. We standing up to what's right. We're the answer. Ownership. Ownership. That's the thing. Ownership. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Ownership. Ownership. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. I'm not meant to fit in. I'm not. In fact, I don't want to fit in. I don't want to fit in. And at first I wanted to, I don't want to fit in. Yeah. Nurture. They've been nurturing and taking care of this divine feminine the whole time. And they ain't been leading with lust. See, this relationship right here ain't been leading with lust. And that's why everything is coming to fruition. Recharge. We getting ready to get into the rest of the show. But this is what you love about Fanbase. This is what I love about Fanbase. Because I can have my voice and not be called a nigger. Not, you know what I'm saying, be internet bully, internet stop, and I'm protected. Yeah. Yeah. Divine Masculine popped out twice. He popped out twice, like leave her alone. He popped out twice, like I said, leave her alone. He popped out twice. He popped out twice. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And it's and that's the thing. People is in massive regret. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah. Yeah. You've been doing a lot of self-love and rejecting a lot of energies that ain't been for you, and you've been healing. That's why they mad. Let's get some self-care cards. You can't shake me. 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 God says, sing. Continue to be happy and sing. Yes. Sing. Sing. Ooh, freedom, freedom, I can't lose. Freedom, cut me. Spirit state, make a vision board. I break chains all by myself. Don't let my freedom ride ahead. I'ma keep on with it, cause quitters don't quit on themselves. Oh, freedom, freedom, I can't lose. Freedom, cut me loose. Freedom, freedom, where are you? Cause I need freedom too. I break chains all by myself. Ooh, use your hands. Okay. Sing, make a vision word, and use your hands. Okay, let's get some lovers cards. Last year this time, you thought you had my vibe, but you ain't got my vibe. You don't got my vibe. You don't got my mind. Yeah. Wedding, yes. There's a wedding in the air. Yes. There's love in the air. Oh my God, there's love in the air. What's good? What's good? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Oh my God. Yeah. God said this is Habert. Yeah, this is official. You know what I'm saying? This love thing, this divine love thing is out. He got his sword up. He popped out twice. Like he like who will smoke by divine feminine high priestess. Stop playing with God. Stop playing with God. That's what I'm saying. Continue to stay focused. Let's go ahead and get to fan base in a minute. Continue to speak your life purpose. Oh my goodness. Life purpose, life purpose, life purpose. Keep listening to trustworthy guidance. Thank you, Spirit, for telling me to listen to trustworthy guidance. I was just about to tell him about that too. You know what I'm saying? Listen to trustworthy guidance. You know what I'm saying? Spirit says, go for it. Listen to trustworthy guidance. And continue to live your life purpose. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go ahead and get to the rest of the show. But, man, I'm telling you. This is why I love fan base. This is why I love fan base. This is why I love fan base. I'm telling you, this is why I love fan base. This is why I love fan base. It ain't nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, whew. I'm ugly. I'm a nigger. See, they spelled it one word at a time so the system wouldn't flag them. Bad. People just be wanting love. I feel sorry for you. You need some love. You need some love. You need some love. You need some love. You need a hug. It's alright. You know what I'm saying? It's alright. You know what I'm saying? Last time they put something in the chat, they erased it. You know what I'm saying? They erased it. You know. That's what you gotta deal with when you in the public eye. I'm telling you, when you're in the public life, this is stuff you got to deal with. This you gotta be a tough cookie. You gotta be a tough cookie. Got to be a tough cookie. Stuff cookie. Y'all, it's hot. It is hot. It's hot. What time is it? Oh, it's 6:41. Okay, make sure y'all download and Fanbase. You can import your TikTok, Instagram. Minimum cash out. It's $5. Let's go. Let's get it. Style like this. See? Content like this, I just freestyle like this. You see what I'm saying? This is the perfect type of content. So making sure you're out and about. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you have not downloaded Fanbase, please make sure you download Fanbase. The minimum cash out is $5. We out in these Fanbase streets, Fanbase ambassador. We believe in freedom of speech, freedom of choice, and we value you over here on Fanbase. So again, make sure y'all download Fanbase. Hit that like, that button, click that link in my bio, and download Fanbase. And also you can invest. That's right. Invest, minimum is $3.99. So what you waiting for? Freedom, I can't lose. Freedom, cut me loose. Freedom. Over here on Fanbase, let's go, let's get it. Why God?
speak up.
So let's do that. Okay, so this is the long form. These are the short videos. Lives do stay up for 24 hours. As soon as we get done, we will. As soon as we get done, we'll be going over here watching a movie night, live streams. But again, they are using cancel your Netflix and you know what I'm saying, your Disney and all that. They have long form videos. You can have subscribers and you can have followers. Okay, this is where I put most of my content. Camps. Okay, Queen Mo Love D Camp. Okay, that's my main camp. These are audio camps. Again, audio camps. We are live in the audio camp now. We watch movies and different things like that. So it's a lot that you can do in these audio camps, audio communities. Okay. That is another way for you to have your voice heard again. You know, they're you know, trying to silence my voice, but I am my sister's keeper LLC Women's Camp and my chosen one spiritual camp. Okay, so these are the different camps. In different communities. And again, I do have exclusive content. So my goal is 5,000 subscribers. Okay. I upload daily. Upload daily. What's up, everybody? This is Miss Queen Mo in the building. Yes, I'm in the fan base streets. And you know what time it is. We have movies, TV nights, game nights, also morning wellness check, Monday through Friday, Saturday movie nights at 9, women's group every Wednesday at 9. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button for your chance to win 1,000 loves. That's right, your girl is dropping them loves in that heart. And be sure to stay tuned to have your notifications on, because I'm definitely in the streets. What's up, everybody? So subscribe for your chance to win 1,000 loves. This is make sure y'all definitely click the links in the chat. Links in the chat. Okay, links in the chat for the investment link. I am a fan-based investor as well, and that's why that's another reason I invested in Fanbase, because you know the world was just out here losing their marbles and losing their way. And that's another reason why I invested in Fanbase, so that I wouldn't have to put up with these bullies and these internet bullies and all types of weird stuff. You know, I'm actually glad that I invested. The minimum invest is $3.99. Okay, so these are the different rewards tiers when you invest. Again. I've been doing YouTube for over 11 years, and I've been on Fanbase, and it's not about how many followers you got. It's about how many people actually rock with you, how many people support you, how many people really will show up when you need to. And that's what when I started doing stuff like this, you know, it was more about for me. It was more for me. I wanted to build a community. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to help and build a strong community. You know, followers just couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for followers. I'm looking for people that's really going to support, you know, like, share, comment, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe, you know, just like they going for a cost or not. That's what I'm talking about, you know, real support. Okay, so yeah. All right, let's see that. All right. Let's see. Fan-based partnership program. If you are a business or you are organization, make sure that, again, now that we have the money and the infrastructure, you know what I'm saying, it's more than ever that, you know, we start, you know, supporting one another. So if you fan base partnership program, business, or organization, please let me know. I am one of your fan base ambassadors. This is why I love fan base. This is why I show up. This is why I'm there every day. You know what I'm saying? So that I want to have to be trolled and bullied, being called a nigger and you know what I'm saying? But this is what they do. They want to get you riled up. So again, fan base partnership program. All right. These are the different fan base partners. Okay. All right. So now again, we didn't boycott it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't boycott and did everything that we had to do. These are the things that we can do. These are the different things that we could do, right? So yeah. Black box franchising, turn your business into a franchise or purchase a franchise. These are black owned companies, but again, these are black owned companies. These are, where we can turn these business and purchasing the franchising. Fan base, again, we building a community. We have an action plan over here. You know what I'm saying? Roland Martin is, again, we too busy worrying about who driving the boat, but we still drowning. We got an action plan over here. Turn your business to a franchise. Import your TikTok and Instagram. We have a full action plan over here. My story is, I got my company, I and my Sisters Keeper LLC, where I help women get their mind, body, soul, and spirit together. I started YouTube because I just wanted to, share my thoughts, and I still ain't got paid off of YouTube. But what I love about fan base, again, I was able to turn that into structural income because being consistent. So check that out, okay? Let's go. Let's get it. Okay, fan base plus videos. Let's see. I'm a fan base ambassador, so I do have classes. Where is it? Oh, child is hot. I do have classes every Monday at 11 o'clock a.m. How to make money and get subscribers. It's about building the infrastructure, showing you how to build your infrastructure. Again, y'all paying these other people thousands and thousands and thousands. If you subscribe, you definitely get this included in your subscription. The one-on-one classes, tarot card readings, movie nights, after parties, game nights, a lot of exclusive content that's dedicated to us growth, building, and having fun. Okay? Again, too many people out here sharing their life stories. You know what I'm saying? For people just gonna click. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of my stuff I tell you is general, but if you want to know more about me, more about my content, you know what I'm saying, more about what I do, definitely come to fan base. That is how you build, and that is how you build a structure, and different things like that. Okay? So again, come on now, we just saved all this money. You get a lot in your subscription. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's free to download and free to use. So again, I say this over and over and over and over and over again. I say this over and over again. We too busy worrying about who driving the boats instead of, focusing on, this infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? So, we had a platform, okay? So, we have that. So, definitely check me out tomorrow, Sunday. Tomorrow, we got Chosen Ones and Lit in my Chosen Ones camp at 9 a.m. Then we have Sunday TV at 6:30, and then we have live live streams. Live stay up on Fanbase. Again. You canceled your Hulu. You canceled all that. You boycotted all that. This is stuff to do. All right. Now, these are audio rooms. I have my audio room open. You can watch on the web. You know, this is what you can do on the web. You know. So again, this is an option for people who, you know, cancel their Hulu, you know what I'm saying, cancel their Netflix. It's stuff to do. You know, you're tired of what they showing you on YouTube. You know, you definitely can come over here, listen to some audio rooms, download some audio rooms, come get some love in the discussion. In fact, we have someone in the audio room right now, and you know, you can get love in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Love's in the comments. Okay, so this is you know, just for enjoying the conversation. You know, so we're getting more interactive with our voices. You know, and again, there's more to come. But again, making sure you invest, making sure you know, this is big. Where were you at? You know what I'm saying? When they say, you know, where were you at on 9/11? Where were you at? You know, in these big revolution times. So these are the different audio rooms and audio topics. Okay, that's going on. Okay. My room that's up right now, that this live that we're in right now is up on the schedule. Okay. Yeah. I have my morning rooms Monday through Friday. Thursdays, what do you love about Fanbase? Okay. Saturdays, and then, you know, yeah. Okay, so these are the schedule. Okay, so let's get into the Fanbase Plus. Okay, so again, these, you can like these videos, love these videos. Your content will be appearing on here, and different things like that. Okay, so these are different conversations. Again, you know, I want y'all to come over to Fanbase, so I give y'all the basics so we can, you know, basically go over on Fanbase, you know, community and computer and different things like that. Okay. All right.
Bravery is not the absence of fear, but the ability to overcome it. We stand for those who defy suppression, who speak out, and those who walk the road less traveled. Everyone deserves to be seen and their voices to be heard. We're sparking a movement, growing a community of creators united by the desire for freedom, choice, equity, and ownership. At Fanbase, it's all for one and one for all. We support each other to guide, promote, and uplift you in a place where you can unapologetically be yourself. A place where your voice, ideas, and creativity are not just welcomed, but celebrated. We are Black founded, minority funded, and supported by a diverse, inclusive, powerful community that believes in the strength of authenticity and individual choice. Regardless of success or background, we welcome you, the marginalized, the underappreciated, the successful, the superstar. We're for all who seek a space to express themselves freely, where they are rewarded for being their authentic, true self. We transcend labels because only we have the right to define ourselves. We are built for the brave, the culture, the creators, and for the future where everyone has a power to shape their own destiny. where all are empowered, voices are amplified, and freedom is embraced. For the first time, you have the chance to own the platform you helped make popular. It's a revolution, a movement in how we connect, create, and share. Everyone is a creator, and everyone has a fan base. Here, you can be you without limits.
TikTok is going to be banned January 19th, 2025, and users are going crazy. But no worries, Isaac Hayes III has created a platform that is mine.
That's why I love fan base. We don't have to deal with this type of stuff.
Super easy. It's allowing consumers to not only consume content, but actually be able to get paid for creating content. See, in the past, your Facebook, your TikToks, your Snapchats, all those things, we put in a lot of work to build these platforms up, and we weren't able to really see the output when it came to the income. So what Isaac Hayes III has done, he has now created a platform where we can get paid for our fan base. They're calling it the TikTok killer. I'm excited. I created my fan base account, and the first thing that I noticed was that I was able to import all of my information from Instagram or TikTok. So all you do is put a code in your bio, the two applications talk to each other, and it imports over 2,000 videos from your previous platform. So you don't have to worry about starting from scratch. That was my biggest fear was, hey, I'm gonna have to go to this platform, I'm gonna have to start from scratch. That is something I just did not want to do. But enough of me talking about it, let's go ahead and jump into the platform. The website is going to be www.fanbase.app. And right here on the front page it says, be you without limits, right? Fanbase is a free next generation social media app that allows any user to earn money from day one, okay? So I know a lot of people, you have to go out first, build it, and then you can start earning. Here you can start earning on day one. It's available on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. Either way is fine. You're able to monetize your content on Fanbase, right? So you're able to do that long form or short form. You can do audio. Remember Clubhouse, we were doing audio conversations? You can do that same thing here. Create exclusive content and earn money. So you can create your subscriptions, you can create that fan base, you can go ahead and build that community the way that you want to. Okay, get paid for any content, right? So it doesn't matter if it's short or long, or if it's subscription based, you're gonna get paid for everything. And you can earn and view your earnings in real time. No waiting, no big delays, you can see it in real time, okay? Boost your subscriptions. Subscriptions have become one of the bigger things going into like 2022, 2023, where people are now creating subscription-based content, offering exclusives in your close friends or things like that. I know YouTube even has a subscription thing now. So understand that subscriptions are now a thing, and if you're not doing it and you want to grow online, I suggest that you get into the subscription-based platform, something like this, right? So what is love? It's not just a feeling, right? Love on Fanbase has a real-world value of half a penny. Users can use love as a way to express their appreciation for content creators and their remarkable work. So what this looks like is you can buy packs. You can buy a pack of hearts, and let's say you go to your favorite content creator and you want to put some hearts down, you can put 10 hearts, 20 hearts, 30 hearts that you have pre-purchased to be able to show love, all right? Create without limits, right? You can do this however, whatever that looks like. Isaac Hayes has really capitalized on allowing creators to create, okay? Interact in real time, you can go live. Fanbase puts you in the heart of action. Your creativity comes to life. So you can go live. It allows you to go live. You can see everything that's happening in real time. You're able to see the hearts. You're able to see people sharing with you or buying things from you. You can go exclusive, public, or private, or you can host what's like called a camp, like campfire. So maybe something smaller. Okay, it's perfect at home for creators. A home for creators. Okay, what this means is this is a creator's playground. This is exactly what you've been thinking about, wanting, the stuff that we said before. They are doing it right now with Fanbase, guys. So you can see right here. It's a great, great app. I love it. I would say go check it out right now. Go ahead and do it for free. You have nothing to lose. And like I told you guys before, you can go ahead and import your whole Instagram or your whole TikTok up to 2,000 posts. So you're not coming in completely brand new. But guys, the link to my fan base is going to be in the description below. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow back. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Thank y'all. That's why I love fan base. That's why I love fan base. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Thank you, YouTube, for, you know what I'm saying, speaking up. This is why I do what I do. This is why.
Do you have all of your content on other platforms like TikTok and Instagram like I do?
Worried about trying a new platform because you don't want to start all over? Well, check this out.
If you go over to your profile and click in the upper right-hand corner on the settings button, you will see options to import your content from TikTok and or from Instagram.
This is such a nice feature because doing this keeps all your content on the other platforms, but also just moves it here too. This is great because if anything happens to your other platform accounts, Fanbase can be a safety net for your content. This is a one-time migration process. Once you request Fanbase to migrate your content to your Fanbase profile from TikTok or IG, that will be your final feature use. Another important detail to highlight is that after the migration, your Fanbase page will not automatically update your Fanbase profile if you post something on IG or TikTok. They are not synced together. Fanbase is a completely separate platform and we are not associated with IG or TikTok systems.
Be you without limits.
Welcome to another episode of Invested, where we discuss the ever-evolving world of the creator economy in our $17 million equity crowdfund on Start Engine for Fanbase. I'm your host, Isaac Hayes III, as always, and to my left today is actually Noah Washington, head of comms and partnerships at Fanbase, and today we are joined by the phenomenal A.B. Burns Tucker. For those of you that don't know A.B. Burns Tucker is a legal researcher, political commentator, and content creator who has made a name for herself through law and media education, national TV appearances, and political analysis on platforms like Revolt, The Shade Room, The Young Turks, Spectrum News, and ABC News. She also starred in A&E 60 Days In, giving her unique insight into the incarceration system. More recently, she's become part of a wider conversation around content creators, equity, and political influence, including her public disagreement with Wired's Taylor Lorenz about creators taking dark money from Course. Welcome, A.B. Burns, to Invested, everybody.
Thank you. Oh, I like that.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm actually a fan of yours, so I'm glad to say that because you be popping off. I think the first time I learned or started really listening to your content when you was talking about Putin and calling him Big Bang P. You know, y'all know, if y'all ever seen the girls like, well, Big Bang P said such and such and so and so.
Oh my God.
And they were going back and forth. You guys didn't know. That's how I know of AD, but she's phenomenal. I'm glad to have her here today. Of course, the focus of this podcast is to talk about Fanbase and our Regulation A equity crowdfund. And I wanted to hop into why it is important to talk about what we're doing this for, because right now we're in a state of emergency in media and social media. And what I think we're seeing is a convergence of media becoming more consumed through social media and who owns those platforms. So I wanted to make sure that people understand that you have an opportunity to invest and own Fanbase right now. We've raised over $23 million for this platform. It allows you who are watching right now to have equity in this platform, meaning you can own a piece of the platform, just like the people that started Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and TikTok have equity in those platforms. You can have equity and own this platform. And I did that for a reason, because number one, especially for young people and Black culture, we don't own any of these platforms. We make these platforms enormously popular. We make them worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and we don't have any equity in those platforms. So everybody watching, go to startengine.com/fanbase right now to invest. The minimum to invest is
The investment link is in the chat for Fanbase and YouTube.
65 a share. I know you guys see me say that all the time, but what I think is important about this is we are at an inflection point where if Black culture does not own the infrastructure of media, we will not be sure who's telling our stories, what's real, what's true, what information is fact or not fact, because there is a movement to acquire a lot of media corporations, and we will have that conversation a little bit later today. But we're going to jump right in and talking to Miss AB.
What's up, Miss Tucker?
What it do? What's good, Mr. Noah in the booth?
Hey, man, I do what I do.
He got his
I do
boots
what
on
I
the
do.
ground, okay?
I do what I do. So, I love learning more about you, right?
Okay.
You have such a fascinating and interesting background with your legal expertise, your media training. I want to know how and why did you want to bring that to social media?
That's so funny. So the crazy thing is, when I first started making content per se, I was still in law school. So for those who don't know, my brother was wrongfully convicted. He was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison when he was 15 years old. And so I went to law school to get him out. And so during the pandemic, I had reluctantly hopped on like social media and TikTok per se. And I started seeing a lot of like wrongful conviction content coming up, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I can make content about my brother and it'll help me out a little bit. And so that's how I actually started. And some of my initial videos around that like went super viral, and I didn't know what to do. I was not prepared for it. But then I realized I had a platform, and I started realizing like how much people didn't understand about the law and like how things work. And so that's what sort of pushed me to keep making content. And so I had to find my voice for a little bit, but then eventually I ended up doing the Russia-Ukraine video that a lot of people saw, and that like catapulted me
That's the one.
to where
That's
I am
the one.
today.
Yeah.
I have to ask, you have done major podcasts, you've sat down with Aaron Jones, you've done several big media outlets, right? But it all originated in your social. How did your visibility in social later translate into these major platforms?
That's a good question. I think it's just you never know who's watching. That's number one. But then two, I think that people started seeing the need for what I do, right? And how I communicate. I can code switch with the best of them, right? I have 4 college degrees, but I also I grew up in the hood. You know
Talk your ish. Talk
what
it.
I'm
Talk
saying?
it.
So it's like I was able to use like the education and just like I guess my street knowledge or whatever, the way that we communicate at home or with my friends, use that and like combine the two. And I think with any corporation, when they see something of value, they see the numbers going up, they're gonna be like, ooh, let me, what's that going on over there? So I think like just with the numbers being authentic too. A lot of people out here buying followers. I just want to put that out there. And all mine pulled up on me authentically. So I think that's what sort of put me on the radar for a lot of these different platforms and opportunities.
So earlier, Isaac, do you want to jump in here real quick before I move on to mine?
No, go ahead.
And
Sure.
I talk to Black people, and not a lot of people can do that.
That's what I want to get into, right? As Mr. Hayes was introducing you earlier, a big part of your platform is speaking on the disparities that Black people face. Break that down for us, and what made you want to tackle that?
Because I'm Black. Point blank here, I'm a Black woman in America. I felt like, so when I walk in rooms, right, or you listen to the news or the media, they're always talking about like kitchen table topics. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, let me be for real. Like, I grew up in a single parent household. My mom was a nurse. I can't tell you the number of times that we sat at the kitchen table and had a conversation outside of a holiday, right? So that's not realistic for my community. And I also say, like, I don't speak French. So So if you come to me with a duffel bag full of $50 million that you tell me you're gonna give it to me in French, I'm gonna look at you, I'm gonna smile, and I'm gonna walk away because I'm not knowing what's going on. I think that's the same for people in my community or the audience that I try to appeal to and I speak to, is that you're not talking to them, right? Because one, they not sitting at the kitchen table having dinner, if they do get a dinner that night. Let's be real about that. Then two, it's like they don't speak the language that's being spoken on traditional platforms, right? In traditional media.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to communicate because the things that I'm talking about, they affect us too, if not more than anybody. So if we're not included in the conversation, then we're getting left out.
I agree. I mean, I think that I do that a lot too. I like to break things down so that we all can understand what's going on, especially things that I think are complicated when it comes to ownership, equity, investing, things like that, because people don't really understand how important even investing or ownership or getting paid for your content, the value of what you create and what you own, how important all that stuff is.
Just having this convo.
100%. And so that's the thing that let me ask you this though. So, especially with Black women creators and Black creators, how do you navigate those partnerships, like with corporations? Because I know that in that one video that was mentioned with Wired in the whole conversation with Taylor, and we'll get to that, is that you were offered $250 to post content, and other creators were offered different amounts. And I think, what I know for certain that Black creators get offered about 35% less than their white counterparts, but actually their content actually performs better. So how do you feel about that?
It's out of pocket, it's out of line, but I think part of it too is like especially in my space, the creator economy was sort of like the Wild Wild West. So these corporations was getting away with nickel and diamond certain creators and then throwing a bag at other creators. But what happened was we started finding out about that behind closed doors, and we talk.
Yeah.
We got group chats. We talk about y'all behind y'all back, and it might be a chat or two where a creator be like, "Oh, well, I just got a deal from so and so, and they offered me whoop-de-whoop." Right. Okay, so that puts you up on game to go negotiate your deal a little differently. So I think it's about like communication.
Do you get assistance from creators, like white creators, about what they paid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad they're sharing that information. So white creators will tell you, I made this, I got paid, offered this, so you should get offered that.
It's a few good ones. That's what I'm gonna say. It
Awesome.
ain't everybody, right?
No, but that's still
it's
good,
still
yeah.
enough of us where it's like we are having these conversations like, hey, what you getting paid? Because truthfully, we went to a conference and there was like a financial portion of the conference. It was a big creator conference called Trending Up, and they were talking about it, and there were creators on the panel like talking about how much they was getting paid, and we all like, where you get that deal from? Like, you know what I mean? And so even with the chorus thing, right, it prompted us to be like, we have to communicate better, especially when you got a creator, let's say like Consciously, right, got a way bigger platform than me, been in the game longer than me, right?
Yeah.
We can't take the same amount of money for the same content.
Right.
You get what I mean? Like, so we gotta negotiate, because if somebody like Conscious, for example, is getting undercut, right, or undercutting himself in a deal, then that reflects back on me. That's gonna happen, right? So when I go try to negotiate, they like, well, he got 3 times as many followers. We paid him this, and this. No, that's not gonna work.
So you think it's a responsibility of all Black creators to kind of, I'm not gonna say unionize, but say this is our standard of what we're doing? Or is it kind of like you feel the pressure sometimes to say, well, if you won't do it, this creator will do it? Like they'll undercut you? Because again, what I know about content creators is you guys are all unique in your voices and your messaging. So what Consciously says and what you say might be about the same topic, but it's a different approach, a different perspective, and that's what makes you unique to the game.
And that's what you coming to pay for.
Exactly.
So you got to pay the price.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I've lost a lot of deals because I've been like, I can't take that.
Right.
Like, I can't produce that amount of work for this. Because I think a lot of corporations too don't realize, especially for a lot of us Black creators, it's just us solo dolo, right? Like, we don't have a team behind us that's doing the editing and negotiating and going to the meetings and doing the research, and like, we're doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
I gotta do the research, come up with the topic, you know what I'm saying, record it, might have to re-record it if the sound get messed up or something, you know what I'm saying, like, then I still gotta edit it, Then I still got to send it to you. Then you still want analytics after that.
Yeah.
All of that. Then I still got to take a 30-minute meeting with a whole nother organization that think they might want to work with me. I'm one person. So if you're asking me to produce a piece of content, understand that not only am I producing that piece of content, like putting it out on the platform, but all the work that goes behind it and the time that comes behind it too.
Yeah, that's real. So, all right, let's talk about this whole wire.
Well, wait a minute. I have one question
go
I want to jump in. Based on what you just said, do you feel like you're competing not with only your peers, but with other white creators or creators not of color?
If I'm being honest, it ain't no competition for me because can't nobody do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
That's the uniqueness though. What I'm saying is like that's how I discovered her when she was talking about Ukraine, and then I like to hear it the way she's saying it because she's giving the same information. She's just breaking it down in a way that's very relevant and actually humorous and funny and educational at the same time. So it's also how it's served.
There we go. All right,
So now we're going to talk about this Wired situation. So there was an article. You had a public disagreement with Taylor Lorenz. We all know Taylor Lorenz. I know Taylor Lorenz. Taylor Lorenz was on my ass about commenting about your spat and that creators were taking dark money from Chorus, which is a nonprofit that I guess pays creators to talk about social issues and stuff like that. For those who don't know, can you explain what happened and why this matters and why your response was so heavy?
So let me be clear. As far as I know, Chorus doesn't pay creators to make the content. It's like a training academy type of thing, right?
Okay.
So they're getting resources and learning different ways to scale their content, right? So that we can compete with the right or other, outlets, I guess, however you want to frame it, so that creators can compete in that space because our platforms ain't as big, you know what I mean? Like, so, and we got to get the information out there. So that's my understanding of Chorus. I'm not a member of Chorus. The reason why I hopped in it is because what happened was when when Taylor put out that very poorly written article that she put on the internet,
That's your camera right there. You want to talk there? That one right there with the red light over there.
The very poorly written article that Taylor put out. She was very vague in how she talked about what was going on, and so she gave examples like, oh, you'll see these creators collaborating with each other, right, and doing certain things. So there were certain like trigger words she used that could make you think like, okay, who's doing that in the crew? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm somebody, for example, like me and Elizabeth Booker Houston are very close. Like my morning routine is like God, my son, and I talk to Liz. You know what I mean, for the day. So it's like we're always collaborating. Like, you know what I mean? That woman, right? Like she signed up to take the bar with me just to support me so I could take the bar exam. So I'm always ride with her whatever she do. So the way Taylor wrote that raggedy article was it made it seem like everybody who talked about, more progressive type issues was getting some dark money from some unknown organization. I ain't getting that money.
Yeah.
I want it. I want it. But that's, you know what I'm saying? So then it came to like, as you read the article, I'm as an attorney, as a licensed attorney.
Tell them, talking again.
As a licensed attorney, right? I'm reading and I'm like, okay, well, let me see the contract. Because the whole thing, and this is why I make my content the way I do, right? Bring it back full circle. When my brother got convicted, I was like, how the hell y'all do that? And I realized I don't speak the language. I don't speak the legal language. So what I thought was common sense wasn't how it was being applied legally, right? Those are two different things. So I'm like, Taylor, you don't speak this language. You don't speak law, so you don't know what you think you know. And you need to make sure you find an attorney to interpret it for you and make sure you're interpreting these facts right. You know what I'm saying? Because now you putting out information. When you're reading a contract, the way it's read is not always the way it's applied, if that makes sense, right? So that's why it's called interpretation. That's why we got to go to the court and they be like, well, what is this supposed to mean, right? So I'm like, girl, you don't even know what you're talking about when it comes to the article. That's not what this says. I done read the contract.
Yeah.
Bar for bar, word for word, looked up stuff I wasn't sure about. And I was like, yeah, that's not what this says. This is a standard contract for some work like this. and you're taking it out of context because you don't know what you're talking about and you're trying to build a story. Whole time, no, first off, don't pocket watch because you're out of line for that. One, as a white woman, you don't have no business asking me who paying me, what, when, or why. And two, you don't got no business thinking you putting my business on the streets. You're out of line for that. And then you don't know what you're talking about. Then you going 10 toes down. But let's not forget that your first article you wrote about Chorus was that they wasn't paying the creators.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Her first article that she wrote was like, oh, well, Chorus is taking advantage of these creators. It's creators on here who don't even know that they're representing Chorus.
When did she write that article?
This article came out, I want to say, in like April.
Okay, so it was still Wired.
It was not Wired. It wasn't Wired.
So she wasn't at Wired. She was at another.
She was. I think she may have did it independent. I don't even remember per se. So
Okay.
I think this one she had just jumped another shit. But yeah. So anyways, I know she put it out back in April, and that was the conversation. Liz talked to her then. It was like, that's not what's happening. We're trying to fundraise right now. You know what I mean? We're actually trying to get the Chorus name out there for that. You feel me? So, you know, actually help us out if you can, so more people can know about it and we can get more invested, more funding.
Yeah.
Now the new article talking about they taking dark money.
So you think there's a motivation behind that?
Yeah, she a hater and she's a liar, and you just need to admit to the people that you are a right winger.
Oh, really? You think so?
Oh, you ain't seen her pictures? The people she been taking pictures with?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I didn't know that. I'm not.
she's very much comfortable with right-wing influencers and very favorable. If you look at the language that she uses when she talks about their side and the money they're getting and what they're doing in comparison to us, if you look at how she talked to the white people in the comment section that she was responding to, as opposed to how she approached us.
So I think I found the article Inside the Democrats Struggle to Win Over Creators, April 24th, 2025, written by Taylor Lorenz. Right.
Is it on a news site?
Yeah, it's on userbag.co.
Okay, so shit, that was another site before Wired.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll say this. It is important because, let's be clear, that you know, when it comes to the Republicans and the Democrats, the Democratic Party is getting their ass kicked.
Okay.
And do you agree?
I don't know.
You don't agree? Wait, so okay, I'll tell you what I mean by I think they're getting their ass kicked.
Okay.
What I mean is that when you look at the Republican Party, the institutions that they acquire, so they're acquiring platforms. They're not only hiring creators, they're not creating them, they're hiring creators. They're acquiring X, they're building Truth Social. They've gotten Zuckerberg on the side of what's going on. And so they're actually acquiring platforms where if you have a liberal agenda or you are part of the Democratic Party, we don't own any platforms, right? If you are not far right, you know what I'm saying, and understand that. And again, I'm a person that accepts the understanding to agree to disagree on either party. But when one party's buying up platforms and then they're populating those platforms with content creators that often say lies, like that it's propaganda and not even the truth. And that's what I thought was interesting about that article because
And we arguing about $8,000. That's the most light-skinned dark money I've ever heard of in my life. Like, it's giving albino.
oh my God. I know, I understand what you're saying, $8,000. Yeah, when
$8,000?
some of these platforms are raising getting paid like 95 million, 85 million a year. Like these platforms to pay creators to make content, 85 million a year.
We didn't talk about the creators though during the election that was getting millions of dollars from Russia, had set up them sham businesses, in like Tennessee or something like that, and they was getting millions.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
Tell them.
But we talking about $8,000, so we didn't look at when the right wing creators were getting paid millions of dollars. They had the emails, and the creators came out afterwards and was like, "Oh, we didn't know," but you took their money.
Wow, that's it. Well, okay.
Oh, we talking about $8,000. That's dark money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. Department of Justice alleges that Russia funded U.S. media company linked to white ring social media stars. This is on
3
CNN.
of them, bro, and bro.
Yeah, Dave Rubin,
Boom.
Benny Johnson,
Boom.
and Tim Pool.
Boom.
Yo,
Let's talk about that. That's the dark money.
true.
Tenet Media, yeah. They're saying the opening is The unnamed Tennessee-based company that the Justice Department alleges was being funded by Russia operatives working as part of a Kremlin-orchestrated influence operation targeting the 2024 U.S. election is Tenet Media, which is linked to right-wing commentators with millions of subscribers on YouTube and other social media platforms, according to a U.S. official briefed on the
I
matter.
did a whole video on that when it went down.
Yeah, this was written in
Last year.
Thursday, September 5th, 2025. So right before the election.
Then let's say it's also more about if Taylor's writing an article about guys taking money, but it's also, well, what's being communicated is the truth or not. I think that's the bigger issue. If you guys are getting paid to create content is one thing, but if one group is making propaganda and the other group is just telling the truth, and isn't that more important?
Well, that's the thing. So that's why I said she need to just go ahead and admit what side of the fence she on. Because that's the reality. At the end of the day, right? Like, you can't pay me to say nothing that I'm not going to say. Matter of fact, if you even see how I negotiate when I do have a contract, I probably spend more time arguing with them about I'm not going to say that. Or I said something a certain way and they be like, oh, well, can you switch it up? No, I can't.
Right.
Because you're not going to tell me what to say. Period. If I rock with it, whatever it is, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the research and I'm going to make sure that I'm ethical about what I'm putting out. Because at the end of the day, my entire goal is to make sure that my community can be included in the conversations. At the very least, right? At least you could go to the block and have a conversation with your homeboy that Big Bang P got America in, right? And we might have to squabble up next week because he done ran up on Poland, dropped some stuff on Poland, and now NATO is like, who the who, what's good, right? I want you to be able to have that conversation because it's important. It makes a difference in our everyday life. You can't pay me to sit here and lie to these people.
Yeah.
For what? So you sat here and tried to discredit us and mess up our credibility. We didn't build these platforms brick by brick, day by day, research by research, grind by grind. We got kids, family members, and you playing with my name over $8,000 that I'm not getting.
I want to follow up on that. Do you think this has exposed a bigger issue in how journalism and media interact with creators, especially Black creators?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saw that issue at the DNC last year. Like, we realized.
What do you mean? Explain.
Yeah, so it was a lot of tension between creators, right, and then like actual journalists. And I guess like it came off like some of the journalists felt like we was in their lane and we was getting special treatment, you know what I mean, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, y'all have a specific, like, that's y'all gotta take an oath, you gotta go to school, you gotta have training for that. I'm not a journalist, you know what I mean? I'm an attorney, but it was a lot of friction. And I've noticed now, like, you have, journalists like Joy Ann Reid, for example, and Don Lemon, right, who have like brought us as creators into their fold and their mix as well. And I think that helps sort of bridge that gap a little bit and like ease that tension. But it's been a lot of smoke between.
Well, I'll say this. This is a form of news.
It is.
It is. That's the one. I think that's the one thing that I think that journalism does get frustrated by, because you are providing news and you're giving fact. And I think that
some of us, right? Because I think some of the issue, and not to cut you off, I apologize.
Go ahead.
But like even for myself, I had to switch up my content a little bit. But I would say that like you'll see creators come out here and like they not really giving the news as much as they read in the headline. They're not giving you an analysis or the background, right? For my content, for example, like I'm giving you an analysis and background information, right? Now I'm gonna break it down to the smallest denominator so that you can have the conversation and kind of build from there. But at least you're getting some substance, some meat with the potatoes. Where you got a lot of creators out here who they not doing that. They get the little news on their app and they gonna read the headline, not even read the whole article to know what's going on for real. And now they got 5 million views because they said 7 cuss words in the middle.
so that has always been my challenge for Black media, because a lot of times, and I say this again, I'm not gonna name any Black media sites that I named them the first couple times I talked about this, but a lot of times I say that Black media sometimes just copies what white media says and then puts it out there when there's a specific story to be told in the way that it's supposed to be told. And I think that's important. I say all the time, like, yo, it's like, tell our story. Don't tell the story, tell our story. Because there's a perspective of everything that happens every day in this world that affects black people in a different way than it affects everybody else. So to black media, tell our story, don't tell the story. And I think that's extremely important. So if there's a lynching, right? Don't tell the story, tell our story about how that affects us. If someone loses their job at a newspaper or a media organization for speaking the truth, don't tell the story, tell our story, because there's a huge difference of the way that that affects us and how it affects everybody else.
I think it's true. I mean, you gotta have both, right?
Yeah.
But I do think it's important for us to also tell our story, especially now more than ever, where they're trying to get rid of Black history and make Black issues not seem relevant and important. Like, we do need those voices in this space.
I mean, Trump ordered the takedown of
The slave exhibit.
slave exhibits around the country. He wants them either covered up or removed. Everybody knows. What's the name of the photo? You know the name of the photo.
Let me
I
just.
posted it. I talked about it the other day, but the photo of the man with the lashes across his back.
Will Smith played him in the.
Yeah. Will Smith played his character, but I think that's urgent because that is American history.
Yeah.
I don't understand why America wants to hide the truth about what it is.
It's not America.
No, listen. What I mean, well, no, but America is who we elect in power. So at this point, the version of America that is in power is what America is. We are represented by who we elect, correct? So we're represented by the people that we elect. So if you don't like this America, that's why voting is important. That's why we can't have arguments about whether Kamala Harris is black or not. Right? You understand? That's why we can't have arguments, these silly arguments over Dems and Republicans and all that kind of stuff. That's why we can't have those conversations, because whoever runs the government is what represents America globally. So when we're having these conversations, if you don't like the way America is right now, then we got to do something about it. And I hope that what's going on right now, even though we got like 3.5 years to go, I hope that, well, actually we have till midterms, but I hope that the next time that there is an election for president.
A special election in November in California.
There you go. And so I hope that every time now that there is an election, people remember these moments by how critical it is to get out there and vote and not sit back and just say, oh, voting doesn't matter because everybody's losing their jobs. Farmers are losing their farms, right? All these people are losing their, the way that they make money because of these even white farmers. It was funny. I saw something that said this. Now I ain't trying to be funny, but sorry, farmers, but white farmers are now complaining that they thought that black people were going to take the jobs that the immigrants took when they kicked them out of the country. Are we serious?
They are going to find a way to make it our fault.
Yeah, correct.
But they said that before it happened.
We said we thought the black people were coming to take the jobs of the Mexicans and the immigrants that were kicked out of the country. I'm like, we've come a little further than that. We've established ourselves in this country. Not to say that immigrant work is bad work, but fam, we're not going to digress. We're not going to, we're not going backwards. We're going forwards. We've been the president of the United States. We not going back, right? I think all the things that we have, the optimism that we have about what we do, is important. So no, I'm sorry to the farmers that thought that black people were going to take those jobs, the jobs that Trump said were, well, I guess those are now their black jobs.
So I'm gonna share a number with you that's kind of scary. Recently, I followed this page that tracks Donald Trump's progression to he completes his term in office, and we were approximately about 16% done into Donald Trump's presidency. Then think about it. We ain't even 1/4 there.
Oh my God.
Think about that.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt.
Longest 20 years.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Remember my
Like,
life.
yeah, let me ask you a question. Do you, given what's going on right now, this is just for both of y'all. Do you think it would have been better if he would have just won in 2020 and we'd be over it by now?
Yes. Yes. Like
If you knew we would have just let him rock out in 2020. What do you think?
he came back with a vengeance.
Yeah, right.
He returned like the Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, I mean it was vengeance. I mean we knew that, right? Because we should have just put him in prison when we had the chance. I don't know why we were so scary. I just don't know.
Who's we though?
America. It was more than enough opportunity to put that man in prison, and we didn't.
Between New York, Georgia, yeah, we had
We
Florida.
fumbled in Georgia. I'm not gonna get on that because I don't want to have that conversation because then I'll go off. Because how you have him on the phone saying he need 11,000. How many votes he said?
To Brian
And,
Kemp.
and we fumbled that.
And they just the Supreme Court just put what was it? It wasn't Venezuela? What was it? Another country. Their president tried to do the same thing, and the Supreme Court just gave him 27 years in prison out there.
And Fonnie Willis just lost her appeal to get back on the Trump case. She actually tried to appeal to get back on the Trump case, but she lost it. You had your chance, but you were doing other things. Anyway. Look, man, that's what I'm saying, yo. Look, it's a phrase that I say all the time, and I repeat this to myself just as a human being and anybody black doing anything. And this is not a judgment of what's going on with Fonnie or anything that happened with that situation. But I do say this. You cannot aspire for greatness and entertain mediocrity. You cannot do both. You cannot aspire for greatness, but entertain mediocrity. And if you say that to yourself right before you're about to do some stupid shit, I guarantee you say, you know what? I'm trying to be the president of the United States. I'm trying to build $1 billion business. I'm trying to change the world. I don't think I need to jeopardize that with whatever this relationship is, whatever this opportunity is, whatever this party is, whatever these things are. You don't do that. That's why I take my ass home. A lot of times people say, why don't you go nowhere? Because in what I'm trying to accomplish in my vision for Fanbase, it's mediocre. It's mediocrity. I'm not knocking it, but compared to what I put my energy into for the last 5 or 6 years, it's mediocrity. So when my friends say, hey man, come to us to the strip club. Bruh, I love Magic City. I've been before, but the Magic City premiere is not probably a place where I need to be.
Right.
Because I'm thinking just on another level. I'm saying for me, and I'm not saying that that's mediocre, I'm saying compared to what I'm trying to accomplish, that is sometimes considered mediocrity. Because if something happens, it's like, what was he doing at the strip club? You own
You're supposed to be raising money.
You supposed to be raising money at Fanbase.
I hope he was on stage.
Some situations aren't meant for everybody.
Like, I hope he was on stage.
Yeah, like what are you doing there? And there's some places that I do go to have conversations and meet people because it's about making connections with content creators, celebrities, investors. I'll do things like that. But sometimes, no, I don't need to roll out to the. I don't need to go to the. I don't need to go to Follies. I know there's a new Follies in town, guys. There's a new Follies that opened, and we love Follies. When it was on Bureau Highway, there's a new one. Everybody like, you going to the new Follies? Nah, because compared to what I'm doing, that's mediocre. And that's okay, and it's okay. But I mean, for people that want to go to the strip club, I love the strip club. I'm not knocking it, again, but we got bigger fish to fry over here as a community.
So, with that being said, sir, I think this is a good time to plug in why we're here.
We are here with Invested to continue our conversation with A.D. Burns, but also to talk about the fact that you can invest in Fanbase right now. Again, we are in a crisis of ownership of tech infrastructure, especially the black community. I say this as best as I can with as much passion as I can say it. We don't own any media platforms. When I see Don Lemon on YouTube, when I see Joy Reid on YouTube, when I see Roland Martin on YouTube, when I see writers getting fired from these organizations, that should be a signal that, we really don't own the platforms that we give this information to. And so we need ownership in those infrastructures. I've said many times that in the beginning, social media was a toy, and now it is a tool. It is the most powerful tool on earth to disseminate information. And so we don't own these things. You heard Tamisha was here last time, Tamisha Harris, shout out to Tamisha, saying that we are in a crisis and we need to own social media platforms. That's what she's talking about. So everybody right now watching this, take your behind to startengine.com/fanbase and invest right now. The minimum to invest is $399. What are you investing in? You're investing in Fanbase. So Fanbase is social media. It's my version of what social media is for the planet. It's not censored, free speech. We're not shadow banning. We're not limiting what sees your content. You have the ability to monetize if you want to. From day one, people can tip you. We have 6 content formats: posts, stories, live, audio, long form, and short form video. It's really an opportunity for black people youth culture and black culture to own the infrastructure of a social media platform. Because when these things get to $200-300 billion, $400 billion, right? For real, like that's how much these platforms are worth. That's how much Instagram is worth. That's how much TikTok is worth. Meta's $1.9 trillion. And now we got this whole, again, this TikTok situation that's about to happen that we gonna hop into. But again, go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest right now. We must own the platforms that we use. And this is also a call to black media. I had a conversation, or I had a text message with somebody, and I'm not gonna name that name of that person, but I was a little disappointed in what this person said. It was a black media company. And I said, hey, you should take an equity position in Fanbase because, you know, you don't own any of these platforms that you're using. And they were like, well, this particular media company, we don't invest in platforms. We don't invest in platforms. And I'm like, okay, but you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok for free right now, and you could actually do that. And but I think that's the challenge that of cooperation that we have with black media that we need to have to. We're going, like, again, truth be told, if we don't work together, you know, it's a wrap. It's gonna force, this moment in history is going to force black people to work together. And somebody's gonna have to help somebody that is not in the position that you're in to elevate to another position. Somebody's gonna have to take AB and elevate them above the position that they have. That's how this is going to work. So it can't be about who's the richest black billionaire anymore. It can't be all about those things. It has to be about, all right, look, collectively, we have to elevate ourselves to the next level of positions because we got some real challenges going on.
You know, I want to take that opportunity to briefly get into a different subject that we were talking about last week that recently came back up in my life, which is the unfortunate trend of seeing black women and job loss. Yeah. Right? So, AB, I want to ask you your opinion on this, right? What do you think is driving this, and how does this connect to content creators like yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think a huge portion of it was when we saw the president issue those anti-DEI executive orders. We started seeing there was a lot of black women in these positions where, you know, they were DEI, I guess, type positions. And so, and a lot of black women worked in the government, right? So when all those jobs got cut and people were getting kicked out, like, unfortunately, black women, we got hit the hardest. We are the most educated, right, in this country. We moving up. And they found a way to eliminate us. I think that as a creator and as a black woman, it's my responsibility not only to speak up about those issues and, like, make sure I'm informing people and letting them know, like, this is what's happening to us. Because a lot of times, if it's not in our direct circle, right, our direct community of people, we don't think it's a real thing. Right. You know what I mean? We don't think people are really affected. It's hard for us to see it. So I think as a creator, it's bringing those stories to life so that we are aware and vigilant of what is happening to us as black women. And we need some protection. We need some help.
Hey, man, I agree 100% with you.
I saw something over the weekend. I'm not sure how much you guys keep up with more pop culture based news, but one of my favorite cast members from Saturday Night Live, her name is Ego. You know, she is constantly playing most of the black female characters on the show. So recently, she announced her departure from the show alongside a shakeup with other cast members from the show. But it'll be for the first time in years that SNL has a season without any black women in it. So, yeah, so very, very troubling. So, my second question for this is, what protections do you believe should be implemented, not even in the real world, as well as the digital space, to protect black women from this?
Yeah, just acknowledging that it's happened, I think, is a number one thing. I think when we ignore the issue or act like it's not a thing, or we don't address it and highlight it, I think it's easy for it to fall to the wayside and make it seem like it's not important, and it doesn't get the energy that it needs, right? Like, so we need to treat it like a missing white woman. You feel me? I mean, that's just the reality, like, because these are real issues, and when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's always a black woman. It's always a black woman, right? To like pick up the pieces and get down in the trenches and fight for everybody else. We put when during the women's suffrage march, that was white women journey. And they said, black women, can you just get out the back of the line with us, please? We just need a little bit of help. And we anchored that. And we did that, and they made sure that was cool. And then we still had to come back and fight for ours and make sure we, as black women, had those same rights, right? So it's always a black woman when it comes down to building up other communities and supporting other communities to make sure they have equality, because if they have it, then we have it. If they don't have it, we don't get it.
Well, so then let me ask you this. So then talk to me as a black man and tell me what I can do for you.
Yeah. Protect black women. Love black women, right? Have positive conversations of black women, about black women, right? Employ black women, right? I'm not saying you don't in particular, right? But just like, those sound like simple asks, but I think like it just has to be said. It's just like on social media, right? Like you gotta train your audience, right? The hypes are very well trained. They know what's up. That's how we know if it's new ones or old ones. They're very well trained. They know how to act. But I train them by telling them my expectations and what I need from them and how they need to behave over here on this platform, right? I train them. Sometimes you gotta be like, I need you to like this, right? And that seems simple, because I'm sure it's people who watch me all day long and love me and they don't like, not because they don't like the content, it don't come to the forefront to do it, right? So I think that's the same thing as me saying as simple as hire black women, right? It may seem obvious, but it may not be obvious to all. And having those conversations with other black men, we are not the enemy, right? We are not, like, we stronger together than we are apart. And when it comes down to it, when you need somebody to hold you down and ride for you, no matter what, through thick and thin, a black woman gonna be the one to hold you down, baby.
Ride or die. That's
Ride or die. So ride or die for us.
Got it. I'm glad you said that.
You want to introduce the next topic?
Ooh, this is tough. So
This is a big one.
all right. So if all things go as planned, Larry Ellison, the founder owner of Oracle, and his son David Ellison, who owns Skydance Paramount now, will also acquire Warner Brothers and potentially TikTok. And so I don't know if people know how crazy that sounds and how
That
crazy is.
has to create a monopoly.
But I think that since Trump has been in office, they wiped all that stuff out. It doesn't matter. Like, that's not even an issue anymore. So let me read you again what Paramount is. I'm gonna read you what everything is, and then who's gonna own it. So Paramount, Skydance already owns CBS, MTV, BET, Nickelodeon, Paramount Pictures, Pluto TV, and more. With Warner Brothers, they would also add HBO, CNN, DC Studios, the Discovery Channel, HGTV, TNT, Cartoon Network, and more. Plus, TikTok is the most powerful short-form video app in the country with a full data and algorithm control. And then Oracle already manages TikTok's data already. So that's why they were trying to acquire the company, because they already manage their data. So that's a huge issue, because now, and it's not quiet, but everybody knows that Larry is a Trump supporter. He's a Trump fan. So now you have a Trump supporter acquiring or maybe potentially having ownership of all these assets that decide how you see your media. So once again, when I say why is it important that we have to start owning media, like why Fanbase needs to be, why we need to close this round, raise money, and continue to scale the company, because if they got CNN and TikTok and CBS,
They got BET.
They got BET.
That's a
You know what I'm
wrap.
saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
That's part of how we got here and to begin with is, did you know Warner Brothers Discovery is $38 billion in debt, which is crazy. How do you even get that far?
You know what? But here's the problem. Well, here's the truth. Again, I think Hollywood has underestimated technology once again. Like the entertainment, every time the entertainment industry underestimates technology, you get your ass whooped. So when the music industry underestimated Steve Jobs and his little iPod, y'all got your ass whipped. When the music industry underestimated Napster and their MP3s, y'all got your ass whipped. When the entertainment industry underestimated YouTube and their little video sharing platform, now you're getting your ass whooped, right? And when media sites and media organizations underestimated platforms like Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, you're getting your ass whooped. And that's the point. And so that is why all this is shifting towards infrastructure ownership of social media. All these things, again, listen, call me, remember I said this, all media is going to go through large social networks that are based in community. That is how we're consuming our content now. So don't think that your television is not going to come, your TV shows are not going to come through a fan base. That your news is not going to come through a fan base. That your podcast is not going to come through a fan base. That your music is not going to come through a fan base. And all these things, because this is where community is. We're all connected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then we can do different things with the media than just watch it. We can clip it. We can share it. We can talk about it. We can have chat rooms about it and audio rooms about it. We can post it and watch parties. We can have so many different forms of communication with the type of content we're using. So that's why this is serious, because that's why media, Warner Brothers, getting their ass whooped.
Dude, you know what's crazy about that? First, short form, did you know short form short form video is the most watched content format in the world.
Yes.
And what makes that crazy also is CBS, Paramount, they cited the change to digital platforms as the reason why they canceled Stephen Colbert's show.
I don't believe that, though.
I don't believe it either. Like, that definitely was political,
Right.
but still the fact that they could use that as a valid reason shows the power of what you're speaking of.
Here's the opportunity that I say to all those creators and all those actors. And we saw Tay Diggs talking about how content creators are getting roles in acting. If you're not prepared, like AB said, like she's the writer, the director, the producer, the star, the editor. Like that's what you're dealing with. So I understand. I think the problem that Hollywood is having is these young kids, they ain't worried about craft services and a trailer and car service. And I understand that. When you're from old Hollywood, you love the craft services, you love all that. But these kids, like I'm that person. We all know that Andy in here creates his content. Andy be editing all this stuff, but I do my own edits. When y'all see these posts of me on social media and the captions and all that kind of stuff, a lot of that stuff is me. You know what I'm saying? I'm writing this stuff and creating that. So that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a new era. So what that means though is to the journalists, so to the Don Lemons and the Joy Reids, you have the ability to be bigger than CNN, than MSNBC. So when they let you go, they actually just gave you freedom to be global, not held down by what the network says you can and cannot say. That's the freedom that comes with media ownership, why it's important. Because I watched Don Lemon the other day. Don Lemon be cussing on his shit now.
He having so much fun.
He having fun.
I love
He's
that for
he
Don.
is unchained
having
now.
so much
The
fun.
lemon is loose.
Okay?
You know
and
what
I
I'm saying?
love
Like,
it.
yeah.
Squeeze it, Don.
The lemon is on the loose. He's going crazy. But that's the freedom that they have, and it's an adjustment. But the one person I want to give the flowers to right now is Roland Martin.
Ooh, okay.
And all you guys, all you journalists that made fun of Roland for leaving major network media and going to YouTube and creating his own thing with the Black Star Network, and Roland Martin Unfiltered and made fun of him. Now look. Now look at y'all. Now y'all like, I'm trying to be like Roland.
Yep.
Roland owns his content. He owns his network. He owns his studio. He knows how to produce all his content. Roland Martin is the biggest supporter of fan base there is, right? Thank you to Roland Martin. This show airs on Roland Martin's YouTube channel. There's tons of other media platforms out there. You know what I'm saying? This show airs on Roland Martin's media channel. You know what happens when I post a piece of content? Guess what Roland does? He says, hey, send me that so I can do it as a collaboration.
Period.
He makes sure that this content is elevated.
Yeah.
We have to start doing that. Shout out to Claudia Jordan, who's been taking my content on collaboration. Shout out to DL Hughley, who's been taking my content on collaboration. Shout out to Jamal Bryant, who's been taking my content on collaboration, help elevating these stories. That's what working together looks like. We are free to elevate each other and build at scale, but again, infrastructure, ownership of the platform and the media, that's the part that we're all missing. Because matter of fact, I saw Morgan DeBond say this. Morgan DeBond said this yesterday. She was saying if I was a Democratic strategist, I would pay the Amanda Seals and the Roland Martins and all these people, I would pay these creators the same way that the right or the Republicans are doing and do so. And my response to Morgan is that true, but they're also going to need infrastructure. We're going to need platforms. Elon bought X, right? Like I said, Ellison and them they're trying to buy TikTok. Trump has Truth Social. We need infrastructure. The voices matter, but the infrastructure is what matters as well. So let me ask you a question. Well, let me ask you this. How do you feel about them owning all those properties? Potentially.
That's scary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you already, as creators, and especially as a creator who is categorized in a more progressive space, right? We already go through the issue of like our content not getting pushed out during certain times and like, you know, getting shadow banned and things like that, or can't say certain stuff. So I think it makes it even scarier in a land where we're supposed to be free speech, right?
It ain't free lately.
Honey, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive. And the price you gotta pay.
You might get arrested for free speech.
Honey, it might.
You might get deported.
Might.
That was great. They said they deport. Yo, when they said that anybody that talks greasy about certain things, they're getting deported. That's crazy.
Insane. And people losing their. We're not gonna put any more.
No, we're not gonna put any more spice on that. But
I wanna hit you with a question. Both of y'all, a question in return. You were speaking about the ownership and the visibility, right? I'm interested in, right, with this potential acquisition of TikTok, there's a reported algorithm update coming. How is, with knowing that this acquisition could potentially happen, what do you think that'll do to the content that's pushed and to viewers?
So I've seen a couple articles about the quote unquote, it's called the M2 algorithm update. Apparently it was supposed to take place like Sunday night, Monday morning. But basically they're saying that the new algorithm for those on TikTok is going to scan all the content, and if it does not align, it has political content will be removed from the platform, but also this algorithm will go back and all the way through all of your content, and then they will give you strikes on your account. If you get more than 3 strikes, they'll delete your account. So it's kind of like the way to purge everybody that's talking about these things that are extremely important. Now this is something that I did not know, but I can't remember who's that. There's somebody that's over the algorithm at TikTok. I can't remember.
I was gonna say though, but if you purge that type of content, you're also gonna purge those users.
Well, I mean, but again, I don't think people are gonna be real happy with this new version of TikTok anyway.
I mean, a lot of people haven't been happy with TikTok since the initial shutdown.
So let me ask you this question though, because I'm a tech founder. I built a social media platform. Why do you think we stay on platforms that don't acknowledge us? Just as a content creator, but even also as Black people, when we really help elevate these platforms, why do you think we stay on these platforms when they don't honor us?
I mean, are we looking at it from that lens, right? I think that like there's understanding. It's just like, why do we stay in this country and we know a lot of these people hate us?
No,
right?
but I say the same thing. We built this country and we built these platforms.
And we do, yeah. So
and
that's the thing, right? We've invested in it.
Yeah.
Right? Like we have stake in it at the end of the day, be it maybe not financial stake, right? But we have stake in it. And then I think also too, like for me, again, it's an outlet to the people that I connect with. It's my connection source.
It's your community.
It is my community, right? Like, and I have built a community and I care about the community that I've built there. And I've also built friendships and long-term relationships. And I've also built, opportunities that I don't know that I would have had, but for the social media platforms that I use. So I think sometimes, then you just gotta take the broccoli with the ice cream. You know what I mean? Like, it may not feel the best when we know that we're not getting treated equally and fairly, but that doesn't mean that we don't stop pushing for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then also, I find it hard for me to leave my community, because even when TikTok got shut down the first time, like that was a sad moment, right?
Yeah.
Like I got my start on TikTok for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I have a very sentimental place for it, but also like just realizing the number of people who tell me regularly when I see them in public and things like that, like I get my news from you. I wouldn't know anything about politics. I wasn't involved. I didn't care about politics before you. I love you. They could tell me my content bar for bar, right? Like, so it's more about those people, for me personally, than like the overall structure of, the tech company.
At what point do creators make that change when the platform becomes an adversary as opposed to an ally? Because at first, when these platforms first came out, they were just tools for you to get your message across. But now, if they're weaponized against you, if you're getting strikes for talking about that, at what point does that become an issue? Because for me, in building fan base, the job is to always understand that we can make anything hot. I always say, if creators are hot as they think they are, if we say we the shit, then prove it.
Yeah.
Pull your ass up. I always say, if we hot, we can make anything hot. We could go to fan base and make that hot in a weekend. Right. You know what I'm saying? Understand?
Challenge accepted.
Okay, listen. Listen.
And I'm finna invest today.
Boom.
Before I leave.
Stop playing with me.
Before I leave.
But again, I think I really do believe that if if Black community says we're as hot as we say that we are, then we can make anything hot. But at what point does Facebook become the evil empire? You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So on the one hand, right, like I think there's a lot to unpack there, right? Mm-hmm. Especially as for myself, like my full-time job is content creation. Mm-hmm. So for example, like if an organization is asking me, I need a TikTok video or I need an Instagram video, mm-hmm. right? I'm gonna pay you this much money. Yeah. This is the topic, right? Like right. That's how I feed my baby.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be over there.
Well,
but think about X though. Yeah. Right? So when X got dirty and ugly, and people was making money over there too, people dipped because they was like, yeah, this ain't the place for me.
Yeah, it's unrecognizable now.
Right? But those same brands that probably were paying people on Twitter, right? Paying creators to post on Twitter, they not gonna make no money over there no more. They gonna have to shift to whatever the new infrastructure is. So I think it's like so that's why I say like it's a lot to unpack. But I think it's like understanding my value as a creator and being like I'm not gonna be over there, but then also recognizing now like I'm trying to feed my baby. That's how I pay my student loans off.
I want to give an alternate answer and hear your thoughts on it. I think it's also for Black creators. It's about finding validation in the things that we do not create. We value, you say it all the time, we value things that were not necessarily created for us or by us.
Well, that's what I call the velvet rope strategy. So it's like, I mean, this is real story. This is what I understand about us. It's true story. White nightclub. On a white night, there is no cover charge, right? The dance floor is open, right? The drinks are cheaper. On a Black night, there is no dance floor. There's sections. It's a line. You got to pay $100 to park, and the drinks are 3 times as much, and we still pay for it. Same furniture, same couch, same pleather-ass couch that people stand on. But this time you putting a velvet rope in front of it, and you paying $4,000 for a section. Are you like I've never paid for a section? I have never paid for a section and never will, because I'm not going to pay money for the same furniture that somebody else get to sit on for free. I'm sorry for those of you that pay for sections. Are you hiding your head? You don't pay for a section. Come on, AB. You don't pay for a section.
I didn't been in the section at 3.
Oh, that's fine.
4, 5,
you can be in the section. 14. Being in the section is one. No, hold on. Being in this section is one thing, but paying for the section is a whole nother animal. That's a whole nother beast. You don't buy the section of 2. You don't pay for the 3. You don't pay for the $400 Hennessy that's $50 at the corner store.
Is you pocket watching?
No, I'm not pocket. No, I'm just saying that Black culture, like we have all this money, and we want to show people that we have money, and we're willing to spend money with people that don't value us just to show other people that we have money. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I said we have to start redirecting our energy into infrastructures that we own. So I want to find a Black EV maker, right? That we can buy those cars. I want there to be a Black on airline. If people don't trust Black pilots, See, that would be me. Like, that's why I say I couldn't be a multi-billionaire. Somebody would have said that to me, and I would have started a black airline. I would have got Spirit Airlines the next day. Like, okay, it's Soul Plane now. That's it. We on Soul Plane.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? We on Atlanta Air.
Period.
There was actually an airline called Atlanta Air. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Google it. The only black-owned airline that ever existed was called Atlanta Air, right here out of Atlanta, Georgia. Bet y'all didn't know that. Again, Atlanta. I'm saying anything that you can do in New York and LA, black people can do the same thing.
It's called Air Atlanta.
Air Atlanta. Okay, it's Air Atlanta. Right. It was in the '80s, and something happened where they didn't get the funding that they needed, but they were trying to do it. But yeah, Atlanta. There was a black-owned airline. We gangster for that. If you read about it, tell us about Atlanta Air, because I know this is gonna be a segment when you figure it out.
Okay, so this is the opening to the article that was done by the Atlanta History Center. Air Atlanta was an anomaly in the airline industry. It was a low-cost carrier that ferried passengers in its distinctive gray, blue, and burgundy Boeing 727s to major destinations such as Miami, Tampa, Orlando, and Washington, D.C. on time and in style. Air Atlanta's jets sported roomy seats, plenty of legroom, fresh food on fine china, prize-winning wines, and gourmet meals. It was also a national black-owned airline at a time when there were less than 32,000 black-owned businesses in the country.
Bruh, I'm telling y'all, this is a
3,200,000.
I mean 3,200.
Yeah, you're right. I was right the first time.
You're
Yeah,
right.
wait a minute.
But yo, that's crazy. The power, like shout out to Atlanta Air.
Okay.
Was it Air Atlanta or Atlanta Air?
Air
Atlanta.
Air Atlanta. The logo was dope too, like an A, and it was like burgundy and stuff. It was fly, it was powerful.
Oh no, this is fly, Andy. You gotta include this in the edit, just the pictures of this.
The pictures of Air Atlanta. All right. Well, before we go, I wanna definitely mention thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me. I'm fresh off the airplane too, y'all.
Yeah.
I ain't had no sleep.
I know. I told her I was
From
like, take
LA.
a nap. From LA, I was like, take a nap before you come. But thank you for pulling up, because I'm a fan. I wanted you here. I'm glad you came by. For those of y'all, tell everybody where they can find you, especially on Fanbase.
Yes. So all of my social media handles are I am legally hyped. So I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Fanbase.
There you go.
How did I
I'm
go
here.
there?
I'm here. When you said that, that's how you feed your family. The one thing that I wanted, the quiet part out loud, is that subscriptions are the future. Even the brand deals, that is not a way for you to guarantee your income.
That's true.
Right? Month over month recurring revenue is the path that every creator on social media should be taking. What I do see with a lot of people that create content is they're getting on Substack.
Yeah.
They're writing on Substack. Or for people that create video content, social media, that needs to be the thing. And so I'm telling you, like, that's why I say, if it seems scary to charge people, but you can also be free. Like I say, Fanbase is free to download, free to use, but you can also create conversations that people want to support, because you have a fan base. You have a fan base that wants to see you win, that wants to see your baby eat well, that wants to see you continue to grow as a creator. And that's the importance of understanding, like, the power of subscriptions and tipping and all that kind of stuff. So I'm glad to have you. And thanks for coming this week. For everybody else, again, you can go to startengine.com.
We are getting ready to do movie night. I will see y'all in the next one this Saturday. This will premiere 2 times. We will be here 2 times. Two times a week. Schedule your shows. Let's go. Let's get it. I will see you guys in the next one. The next one. Everything you need to know is link is in the bio. Make sure you invest. Thank you. And as you can see, we is up to 576. Peace. Yeah.